We always hear that family is the most important thing in the world. We are taught that blood is thicker than water. But in the dark world of Jujutsu Kaisen, family can be a prison. Today we are opening a very disturbing file in our dark archives. We are looking at a total violent destruction of the Zenin Clan. And we are looking at the teenage girl who burned it all to the ground. Her name is Maki Zenin. To most fans, her biggest awakening is to see an epic moment of revenge. It is cheered as a badass victory against a house full of bad men, but if you look at it closer, there's nothing here to cheer for. This is not a happy story about a girl finding her true hidden power. This is a dark psychological horror story about a heavy price of freedom. The Zenin clan was not a normal family that eat dinner together. It was a cruel factory designed to make perfect cursed weapons. If you did not have a strong cursed technique, you were considered garbage. You were treated worse than dirt on their expensive shoes. Maki was born with almost no cursed energy in her body at all. To the proud clan leader, she was a mistake that needed to be erased. But the hidden truth is much worse than just simple bullying. The Zenin clan did not just hate Maki for being weak, they actually needed her to suffer every single day. They needed a punching bag so the rest of the family could feel stronger. They feed their massive egos by stepping on directly on her neck. In the harsh world of Jujutsu sorcery, twins are very bad omen. They are considered a dark glitch in the natural system. Why is it so bad to be born as a twin? Because Jujutsu treats identical twins as one single person, a connected soul. Maki and her sister Mai shared the exact same spiritual fate. Maki wanted to be incredibly strong and fight dangerous curses. Mai just wanted to live a normal, quiet life away from the blood. But because they were twins, they were trapped inside a biological cage. Maki could never reach her full physical potential. Mai's tiny drop of cursed energy was holding her sister back. And Mai could not easily escape the dangerous Jujutsu world. Maki's loud ambitions was dragging her sister right into the danger zone. They were two halves of a broken machine fighting against each other. The cruel elders of the Zenin family knew the secrets of the magic rule. They knew that twin sisters would always keep each other weak. This was the ultimate form of psychological torture for the girls. The system made sure the person you love the most is your biggest weakness. You cannot grow tall unless you are willing to cut off your own arm. Maki thought she could just leave the house and prove all of them wrong. She thought hard work could beat the unfair rules of Jujutsu, but you can never outrun generational curse. Maki bravely left the Zenin house, becoming a great sorcerer in Tokyo. She wanted to return one day and become the head of the entire clan. She wanted to change the corrupt system from the inside out. When you say it out loud, it sounds like a noble, heroic goal, but looking back at the lore, it was a total impossible dream. The hidden truth is that the clan still owned her shadow, because her sister Mai was still trapped inside that terrible house. Every time Maki took a brave step forward, Mai was punished for it. The family used Mai as a hostage to break Maki's strength and her strong spirit. They made sure that Maki's success caused her sister's deep suffering. This is the true hidden horror of a deeply corrupted system. They do not just attack you directly when you try to leave, they viciously attack the innocent people you left behind. Maki's biggest rebellion was just an illusion of actual freedom. She was walking on a long beach and her evil father was hiding the ends of it. She thought she was fighting fair war of independence, but she was actually walking straight into a blood slaughterhouse. To change a system that evil, you cannot just ask them for permission. You cannot play by their twisted rule and expect to win the game. You have to tear the whole house down to the dirt. The darkest moment of the story happens in a cold underground room. It is a deep pit filled with low-level, hungry, cursed spirits. This is where Ogi Zenin threw his own two teenage daughters. He did not do this because they committed a terrible, violent crime. He threw them to the monsters because he was personally embarrassed. He blamed his own daughters for his many failures in life. He believed that having weak, children kept him from being the clan's leader. Let us stop and look at the deep twisted psychology of this man. He represents the absolute rot of the bottom of the Zenin bloodline. A father is supposed to protect his children from monsters in the dark, but Ogi became the monster in the dark just to protect his own ego. He slashed his own daughters with his sharp sword without blinking an eye. He threw them into a pit locked with heavy wooded doors. He literally threw his own future into the garbage can. Down in the dark pit, Maki was bleeding out and slowly dying. She had finally hit the solid brick wall of her biological trap. Hard work and cool weapons were not enough to save her life. The old evil world had finally won the battle. But in the pitch black room, a terrifying trade was about to be made. In the dark pit, Mai made a choice that changed the Jujutsu world forever. She realized that one of them has to die so the other one can live, because they share one soul. Mai takes all the cursed energy away from her. She takes all the magic and she takes all of the weakness. She creates one final weapon out of her own fading life force. It is a sword called the Split Soul Katana, and with her dying breath, she gives Maki one final terrible order: destroy everything. This is the massive moment in the entire tragedy. Mai did not just mean destroy the bad men in the clan, she meant destroy the whole system, the house, and the dark history. She wanted Maki to erase the Zenin name from the face of the earth. When Mai dies on that floor, a massive part of Maki dies with her. The human girl who wanted to be respected leader is gone. The happy girl who smiled with her friends at the school is completely dead. When Maki finally wakes up in the dark room, she is empty. She has absolutely zero cursed energy left in her body. That biological lock on her soul has finally been broken. But the key to the lock was the life of her precious twin sister. Her absolute freedom was bought with the ultimate crushing grief. When Maki stepped out into the dark pit, she is not a sorcerer anymore. She has become the terrifying second coming of Toji Fushiguro. She has a heavily restriction that is in a fully and completely unlocked. What does that actually mean in the rules of Jujutsu universe? It means she has become a literal ghost in the machine of reality. Because she has zero cursed energy, the world cannot see her. Magic barriers cannot trap her inside a room. Domain expansions cannot lock her into a physical body. To the universe itself, Maki Zenin does not even exist. She's a walking glitch that breaks all the rules of magic. The Zenin Clan worshiped cursed energy above all other things. They thought cursed energy was the only thing that make a person a god. It is perfect, twisted poetry that their doom came from absolute nothingness. Maki became a god of war by losing every single drop of magic she had. She did not get a power up, she got a massive power down. She stripped away everything until only pure raw violence was left. She looks at her evil father and does not feel anger. She does not feel sadness. She does not feel fear. She feels absolutely nothing at all. The ultimate monster has finally woken up. What happens next is not a normal fun anime battle. It is a cold systematic genocide of her own bloodline. Maki walks through the Zenin estate like a violent natural disaster. She slaughters the Kukuru unit without even breaking a sweat. She cuts down the elite Hiei squad like they are just tall grass. She grabs her own relatives by the throat and easily crushes them. She does not give an epic speech about justice and revenge. She does not scream at the sky in a blind fury of rage. She kills all of them with the cold, blank stare of a great white shark. This is a true psychological horror of her dark transformation. We are watching a teenage girl murder dozens of her own family members. She paints the walls of her childhood home with their fresh blood. She drops their severed head into a pretty koi pond in the garden. The Zenin Clan thought they were the untouchable kings of the world, but in just 5 minutes, a girl with zero cursed energy turned them into meat. She erased thousands of years of proud history in a single afternoon. She fulfilled her sister's dying wish perfectly without any hesitation. She destroyed absolutely everything. When the blood finally stops flowing, the Zenin Clan is totally gone. Maki walks out of the state covered in a deep red, but we have to ask the deep, dark question about this victory. Did Maki actually win? She is finally free from the toxic, crushing rules of her family. She is the strongest physical fighter in the entire world, but look at the terrible price it cost her to reach the top. She had to step right over the dead body of her own twin sister. She had to become a mass murderer just to break the cycle of abuse. To kill the monsters in her house, she had to become the ultimate monster herself. She lost her bright humanity to gain her absolute freedom. This is the tragic hidden truth of Maki Zenin. She is not a shining hero standing bravely in the sun. She is the last blood ghost of a dead, corrupted family. She carries the heavy weight of a genocide on her young shoulders. She proves that the only way to beat a corrupt system is to burn it down. But when you burn your own house down, you have nowhere left to sleep. The truth is often scarier than the cold swords fighting on a screen, but hey, that's just a deep dive for another night. Bon Kai.